Hi guys, welcome to my third tutorial. So last class we gone through the installation process of our Xcode IDE and the application lifecycle and the architecture of our tool and the detailed functionality of the tool. We gone through that. So we'll start today with our basic concept of Swift. The today we'll go through class, what is class, and objects, properties, and methods. What type of objects are available and properties and methods. So we'll start with one by one. First of all, we'll go for class. So idea is to remember the simple definition. No need to go through bookish definition. Though we'll remember what according to us we'll go for simpler definition. What is class? So guys, make a note of, if you want to note it, then you can note it here. What is class? Class is a blueprint of an entity without having physical memory is known as class. So blueprint of entity is known as class without having physical memory. The example of creating a class is class, then class name and superclass, superclass. So this is the way to create a class. We'll start with a new project. So you guys know how to create in class. So I once I will show you. I already created the project, so no, I will not create a new class, new project. I'll show you how to create a project. File, then new, then project. Click project. Then lot of predefined templates are there. We'll go for single view application. Then next, then application name, your project name, yeah, project name, and though I informed you the first character of the word is capital letter, while you are creating the project name and class name, the first character of the word is should be capital, and you have to follow the camel character for creating a project. While creating an object, your first character should be small. Okay, these are the basic standard you need to follow the guys. Otherwise, you may have some problem in, with the structure and standard everything. It is the proper structure to create in class nomenclature. We have to follow some certain of nomenclature. So then give your project directory where you want to store it. Then create. It will your project will create. So though I already created, I will use that. So this is the project I created. The project name is Introduction to Class. So guys, I created an I will create a class. So how to create a class? Class, these are the my classes. Otherwise you can say file. So I'll create a new class, that is you can tell new file. Uh, Go for command N, otherwise file under then new file. I'll go for a Cocoa Touch class and so uh, test class view controller. I created a class that name is test class view controller. See my test class view controller, and I told that class how to class it, create a class name, and it's a superclass. Though it's inherited from UI view controller, that is my test view controller. So it will contain all the property of my UI view controller. Now my class is created. I didn't created any memory. I didn't created any instance of for this class, and I didn't initialize it. So that means my class is created, but its physical memory is not created. That means, so you can see the definition of class, blueprint of an entity without having physical. So my blueprint is prepared. I will do with this class, and why I created this class, I will define here. My class structure is created, but I didn't initialize it. That means, uh, until unless I am not creating a memory, I am not initializing this class. This is the zero memory. It will not create any memory for this test view controller. See, we'll go through this. Though my view controller is my root class, a root view controller, how can you get to know? Go to my main storyboard, and here is the indicator of this root class. You can get to know that which is your root class view controller, and its class name is view controller. So my view controller is my root view controller. That means initial view controller. Then I didn't allocated it. I didn't initialize this class, so it will not call this view editor method. So I will run it, command R, then we'll run the project. See, it will take time. See guys, view controller is my root view controller. I told you root view controller it's called, but until unless I am not executing, I am not initializing this class, it didn't call. That means class is my blueprint of the class is ready, but I'm not initialized it. That's why it didn't created any memory for it. So we'll go one by one. So how we will create an instance of a class? Syntax to creating an instance of a class. Make a note of it. How you will create a instance. So I'll create a class. I'll create a class. That class will be name is test class. Test class. My class name should be test class. And how I will create an instance of the class. Instance object of the class. So we'll before going for it, we'll go what is object. My class is over, then we'll go for objects. What is object? What is object? The instance of a class is class or property or anything is known as object. The instance of a class or property or anything you can create an instance. That instance is known as object. So through that instance you can call that like example, for someone identification, we are giving some name, some person, some particular name, particular person, we are giving some name. If some person's name is Ram, then if I'll call Ram, then that I can able to access that person. I can call that person that hey Ram, come. Then Ram will come. That person will come. But I call that person through his object, means through his name. That means that name is known as an object. Okay. So like that same in terms of technology, we can we can get to access that particular class through its object. So how we will create an object? The syntax for creating an instance or object. So class name, then it's a superclass, from where it will initialize from how, then test class. My class is ready. This my class is ready. Then how I will create an instance for this class? Through this class name, this test class is class name, otherwise file name. I'll create a memory for this. So let I'll go through that let and var. Those are the properties to define an object. So this is my static kind of object. Object name, my test class object. So I'll create test class, then open bracket and close bracket. It will initialize this is a process to define initialize a class. It will create a memory key. Before in Objective C, we are creating uh, test class star test class object equal to test class L of init. In Objective C, we are initializing it. Before we are used to create an object, we are going to write this much code, but in terms of Swift, it is in Swift, it's Objective C. Objective C. Objective C. So guys, no need to go for Objective C. If you are interested for Objective C, then we'll go for it later. But basically, I am focusing for Swift. You can learn Swift from this tutorial. But in many times, I will give comparison with the Objective C to Swift. You can learn through this Swift class to Objective C also. Similar, both are similar, but the defining of syntax is quite different. But you can Google it. But concept remains same. Both concepts are same only. No need to worry for that. So let's Swift. This is my object. I can able to access its any property through this object. Like how I will access the property of this class through the object. We'll go accessing the classes and properties of instance. So Guys, we'll go. How we will access an property of an class? Class through its object. How we will access an property? How we can access properties of an class through its object? So guys, we know this is the structure for creating class. So my class car is my class, and its superclass is motor vehicle company. Motor vehicle. So class is my class, car is my class name, and it's having property color, its color name, and initialize. When you will initialize it, it's the init method, initialize method. When you will create the instance of this class, it will ask for color. So self dot color, I can access able to access this color through self keyword because I am inside the class only. So self indicating to this my current class. Self is a keyword. What is self? First, you guys make a note of it. Self. Self. What is self? Self is a keyword which is indicating to my current class. To access, otherwise you can remember like that, to access the current class of object, the objects and properties, they can use self keyword. So self is a keyword through that we can use its inside its class, its properties. So self dot color equal to this color. This is the color. While you are initializing this class, you will give it. We'll go for it. No problem. We'll go for it here. So we'll create a memory for this test class. Let test object equal to test class view controller. See guys, I created the instance for this class. How you will get to know that the instance is created? First, when you will run this project, this test class view controller will call. So I already told you that guys, the life cycle of the project. While initializing that class, its viewDirected method will going to call. Okay, so we are not using this object. Still yet we are not using this object. That's why it's not calling to this class. We'll create an object var test class. Test class is an I'll define as a string. So we'll print test class. So this is my test class. Otherwise, you can write it as self dot. See this, guys. What I will create. I will clarify what is the power of self. Okay, self keyword. We will go for it. Type self dot self dot. I'm able to access this property. See this, guys. So test class is my object of this variable object of this but same class. That's why I'm able to access through self keyword class. So self dot navigation controller dot push view controller. I'll post to test object and animated true. See, guys, how will access an object of a different class of a class through its object. So here test object is my instance of the test view controller. So see, guys, here I defined an instance test object, and this is the instance of my test view controller. So this is the initialization of test view controller. I already told that open bracket and curly bracket is the initialization of that class. Test object dot I'm able to access this my tool is dot see, test class is asking for a string. Sometimes guys, you are not able to. Hi, it's awesome. Awesome. I defined this object test class dot test object dot test class. Though test class is a string, I'll pass a string, and hi, it's awesome. See how we will create we access this test object of this class through its object name. Test object is my instance of the test view controller, and I through the test object dot property I access test class name. So it's asking for expect expression of type is unused. Let test object animated is true. Uh, I'll editor embed in navigation controller. Okay, and test view controller. I'll create a. See, guys, we have xiv file for view controller, but we didn't create it for test view controller. Drag and drop a view controller file. Give it a class name test class view controller, and connected its view to its view. Then give the name class name storyboard identify. To identify this class through your storyboard to that xiv, you have to give an identifier. Restoration IDs I will remain same. I'll remain same. Then test view controls name. So I am not using the nib file. I will go for see, guys. I'm not using the nib file now. We'll go for later. I will let you go know, guys, about storyboard. Now, as of now, we will go for XIV. So we'll delete this storyboard. Move to trash. Otherwise, we can use storyboard. So no problem. But for better reference, I will go for it later. I will create a file view view controller. Class name is view controller, and I'll create another file. Test view controller. Test view controller. So individual XIV is created. Now if you are using XIV, don't forget to remove this storyboard file from your info.plist. Will view controller will create a window for navigation controller. Remember, guys, we'll go for navigation controller later. I'll let you know, guys. First, we'll go what is class, object, property, and methods. Your navigation control. And then variable. I'll create this view controller as my initialize class. So creating an object is where let's see, guys, I'm creating the object for my view controller class. View controller equal to view controller. So this is equal to, now we are using the nib file. So nib name is my this is called as nib name and XIV. Okay, so my nib name is my file, this respected XIV file name bundle is nil. Okay, nil. Then self dot navigation controller dot root view controller equal to root view controller. My view controller object is my root view controller. See, guys, this is my view controller. View controller is my root view controller. Self dot window dot root view controller equal to my navigation controller. No need to hurry for this, guys. I just for running for to run the project, I am creating this. I'll let you know this why I am creating this and what is the use of this. So as of now, you no need to worry for this. Now I will run the project. So I didn't connected to this. Will create for this. I'll give the last name also. And now I created the nib. So we'll go for nib name. Now I will run the project. Sorry guys, due to some technical problem or something, my system got crashed. So we start it. I created this object. Though I told the test object is the instance of a test view controller. Now instead of storyboard, I am using XIV. So we'll go for it. The later we are now in basic stage. I'm teaching about the basic of Swift, how to create an object, and now I created the object for test view controller, and I can able to access that properties of test view controller through its object through dot property dot test class name. If I'll give dot, then I can able to see get access of all the objects of these classes. Then guys, we will run this project. I access test view controller, and test view controller string is hi, it's awesome. So I printed this. I will run this. I printed this object here. We can print it. Then my initial view controller is created. Now I created the memory for, I allocated the test view controller. I created initialized this. Now I got created in memory for this test view controller. So it's my class I assigned. My string name is test view controller name is test view controller is hi, it's awesome. So guys, it will print here. This is our console area. It will print hi, it's awesome. See guys, it's came. So it's very interesting. It came. Hi, it's awesome. So how we will create through it's now today we read about the creating an of object and creating of class. What is class? What is object? And how you will access the properties of variables through object name with the dot property. So next is See, make a note of this class. Well, huh, syntax syntax for creating an instance. Make a note of this, guys. If you want, then give a comment. I will mail you those things. Object. You write this blueprint a class, though you already written, and this is the definition for object. The syntax creating an object, create an object, and this is a bit different in Swift industry. And now we'll go for Swift. No need of Objective C, so no need to write this also. And accessing class properties of an class through its object. Accessing the property of an class through its object. A class through its object. Guys, make a note of this. How to create an instance of a class and how to access the properties through its object using dot property dot property. Make a note of this. You can through pause this, you can make a note of this. So bike is my class and bike is my object. A small b is my object. Bike dot color name, and then I can able to access this class name. This is the class and object. Properties and methods will go for its next class. Yes, we'll go properties and methods will go for next class. We'll read it in next class. Today is enough, I guess. So